Governor Siminalayi Fubara has promised to ensure that there is steady power supply in the state. Governor Fubara said this yesterday during the donation of a 500 kVA transformer to Agbada community, Umweke, Igruta, Ikure local government area. The governor was represented by the Commissioner for Power, Solomon Abel Eke, who said steady power supply will boost the state's economy.
The governor has charged all of us to ensure that we have 24 hours electricity all around the entire year, no blinking of light in our state. And for those who are using electricity already, they will know that since SIM came into office, power have improved in Rivers State. And we have a roadmap to ensure that power generation and utilization is steady in Rivers State, so that it will boost our economy. Those who are in investment, they will not be crying that they don't have electricity to power their facilities.
Mr. Abel Eke also urged the Agbada community to protect the transformer, adding that power will be restored in the community within 3 weeks.
Anybody using Ministry of Power to come here to perpetuate evil, please call us direct. We will not allow anybody to destroy our facility because we want to build more. So the little we have built, we will not allow anybody to destroy it. So thank you for your support, for agreeing to support the governor by maintaining law and order within the state and this area, not allow anybody to be lawless, to vandalize our materials, and this material will be utilized to the very end.
Some residents of Agbada community also spoke.
We appreciate the governor that God has used. We appreciate him for remembering us. Agbada was a deserted place. From Ministry of Power to the governor, and governor hear our voice through you. Send our greeting that we appreciate him. That God will give him more strength.
Here is actually a strategic location, owing to the fact that in this place we have one of the biggest farms in the state, Sidafeco Farms Limited. And other companies and factories here. But one of the things that has withheld a lot of things was the issue of power. God in his infinite greatness came into a being and said the whole place was void until he said, let there be light. And that is why we are very glad.
He said in Isaiah chapter 60, arise and shine for the light. And today that prophecy has come to Agbada here.
In the meantime, the chairman of Emoha local government area, David Omereji, says with the massive development projects his administration is undertaking, the perception of his critics about his administration would soon change. Mr. Omereji said this when he led members of the Legislative Assembly, leaders and stakeholders of the local government council to inspect some completed and ongoing projects undertaken by his administration. He said the 1.2 kilometers Ubi Mini Road, abandoned by previous administration, has been completed. Mr. Omereji also said that he did not come to the council to joke, but to serve the people and make them happy. He also announced that a comprehensive list of projects abandoned and completed by his administration would soon be made public for the people to know that the administration is not relenting on its promise to the people of Emoha. The leader of Emoha 10th Legislative Assembly, Precious Ada George, the deputy leader and the chief whip, said they are impressed with the developmental strides of the council chairman. In another development, a Rivers resident, Charles Jaja, has called on local council chairmen to improve fund management and prioritize meaningful development in their communities. He said this while reacting to the distribution of Christmas bonuses by some chairmen.
expected that local council chairmen will do the needful in deploying such funds to the development of their respective domain and people, knowing too well that the possibility of being probed by the anti-graft agencies are now higher than before, since they now receive and manage their funds. People want to see a departure from the old order where money were used for jamborees. I think the local council should focus more on agriculture and ICT and development of Trunk C Road, which belongs to the local council.
Mr. Jaja also stressed the importance of eliminating ghost workers from payrolls to free up funds for sustainable development projects.
And to reduce also the number of ghost workers on their payroll, because we know a lot of persons who are on local council payroll don't go to work, and they have to do needful so that they can have more money to deploy towards development of the place, and so that when they leave office as well, they will be remembered by the people and wouldn't be chased around by EFCC.
Meanwhile, an economist, Allwell Ntega, is advising Nigerians to be prudent in managing their resources this festive season. In an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka, Dr. Ntega, a lecturer in the Department of Economics at the University of Port Harcourt, cautioned against excessive spending, noting that many people often face financial crisis in January due to poor planning.
Given the realities of our time, where we find ourselves in terms of the economy of the country, it is very important that Council members should be very, very prudent in management of resources. Between now and the end of January is a very long period. January, children will be going back to school, people will go to work, need to pay transport and all the rest. People have to be very, very prudent in management of the resources so that you don't overshoot their expenses and begin to have issues that will lead to either maybe increase in crime rate or begin to cause crises at home and all the rest.
For those whose travel costs exceed their earnings, Dr. Ntega suggested sending money to loved ones as a more cost-effective alternative.
People should, spend based on the reality of the time, not begin to follow, it's usually a festive period, Christmas period and New Year, so we have to satisfy all our needs. If traveling, the cost of traveling to the village is more than your salary, there is no need. You can send some money and stay around, and people will see an impact at home. I said that traveling is so crucial that you cannot avoid. So people will begin to, arrange their scale of preference in such a way that it will match what they have. That's my advice as a professional.
In the same vein, a public health expert, Alexander Iheanacho-Nwoke, has advised people to be cautious with their eating habits amidst the celebrations. Speaking with correspondent Emeka Otuka, Dr. Iheanacho-Nwoke warned against indiscriminate eating and drinking, especially for those with underlying health conditions.
We should be mindful in what we eat because there are food all over the places, free food and free drinks. What you cannot eat, don't eat. Because in this period, most of the food they are cooking, especially things like rice, they are all spiced up. And spiced rices are not good for individuals or patients who are septic ulcer disease individuals. And you know what that means. It means that this food will aggravate their health situation and make it worse. And most especially,
Dr. Iheanacho-Nwoke emphasized the importance of proper hygiene in food preparation to prevent food-related illnesses.
We will find out that because of eating, some persons may not follow the proper hygienic methods of eating foods that are exposed. And when it is consumed, they develop either dysentery or diarrhea. Some may even develop vomiting. You find out that we begin to have cases of gastroenteritis.
Still to come, police rescue female teenager drugged, abandoned in Rivers State. Stay tuned. celebrate Christmas in commemoration of the birth of Jesus Christ. In Port Harcourt, residents thronged worship centers and recreational centers to mark the day. Our correspondent caught up with some residents who said they decided to prioritize their happiness over the nation's economic challenges. They urged the government to fix the ailing economy.
As today is 25th, you can't just stay at home like as someone that don't have anywhere to go. Just help the family, just so feel comfortable, happiness, that's all.
Previous Christmas is not like this. For instance, for the food items, transport fee have been skyrocketed, making life to be very difficult for some family. But we thank God we are trying to move along.
My Christmas, just going fine and normal, but money is everything. Money, no money. So even with your money now, another problem. So I wish this Christmas would be better than other years. But we see they manage everything as in there now.
There is no dispute that last year was better than this year. There are 2 worlds apart. This year, people are just getting by. Not too much money to spend around. No, I'm calling on leaders to create more opportunities in terms of job opportunities and then pay people as at when due so that they can plan for themselves.
Some others shared the discomfort they face while using public recreational spaces. They raised concerns over a rising issue of body odor in public spaces.
I get one car when I enter. When the guy just open a armpit like this, everything my nose nearly blocked.
I've been in a public environment where I had such discomfort and it was quite not impressive.
Why is this guy so smelly now? Just when you pass through me and I perceive something like that, I'll just hold my nose and God, what kind of man is this one? What kind of woman is this one? You have to clean yourself up.
It's kind of disgraceful because it's shameful when you come out in public and people will start telling you that you're smelling or people will start avoiding you. It's really not nice at all.
They urged fellow residents to imbibe regular personal hygiene habits, noting that neatness is a confidence booster. The PDP has rejoiced with Nigerians at Christmas, urging the citizens to keep hope alive. PDP, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary Deborah Ologunagba, urged the Nigerians not to give up hope or allow the sufferings they face at this time to make them lose sight of the blessings of Christmas and its message of hope and assurance of light at the end of the tunnel. The acting chairman, Rivers State Local Service Commission, Goodlife Ben, has commended Governor Siminalayi Fubara's commitment to governance. Mr. Iduoku Ben said this during a Christmas visit to Port Harcourt Children's Home. He emphasized the importance of children and encouraged greater investment in their well-being. He lauded the home's leadership and presented gifts to the children.
Honor of God, His word. Children are heritage of the Lord. Also those who take care of them, God also loves them. We have come today to say thank you to them. Not much we have, but to recognize that there are people that should be honored for taking care of God's children. That's why we have come here. Tell the workers here, thank you for taking care of all our children, and God loves them. They should grow in the knowledge of the Lord. I want to thank God for the governor we have. The governor's wife has been here. What they are doing in this state. Siminalayi Fubara and the wife, they are doing in this state. Taking every aspect of governance, very important.
Mr. Iduoku Ben, who was accompanied by his wife, Ilami Ben, presented Bibles, cash gifts, and food items to the children and appreciated well-meaning individuals for supporting the orphanage home. Earlier, the matron, Molly Ofoni-Bega, expressed gratitude for the visit and appealed for continued support. Away from that, the Rivers State Police Command says a female teenager who was abducted, drugged, and abandoned at the GRA axis of Port Harcourt has been rescued. The spokesperson of the command, SP Grace Iringekoko, who made this known, recalled that about 2 weeks ago, the police command responded swiftly to a distress call from a Good Samaritan and mobilized officers to the place where the victim was met in a state of unconsciousness. She said the victim was immediately taken to a medical facility for treatment, and after regaining her memory, efforts were made to locate her parents, and she was safely reunited with them for proper care and custody. She said investigation is ongoing. Moving on, the traditional institution of Fouché community in Degama local government area has distanced itself from an alleged planned discussion of Fouché Atlantic project scheduled to hold today and tomorrow in the community. The paramount ruler and Amadabo of Fouché community, King Alaso Akbana, said the traditional authorities are not informed and wondered why former Niger Delta agitator Asari Dokubo obtained such powers to convene such a meeting. He urged the River State government, security agencies to call Asari Dokubo to order in order not to forestall the breakdown of law and in order not to cause a breakdown of law and order in the area.
Is so surprised to hear that Chief Edi Abali Alhaji Asare Dokubo has lined up activities to be held in Fouché community without our notice. That alone is a slap on the community structure. We have never given the mandate. We have not authorized him to have any discussion with him for such an activities. So we use this medium to call upon the River State government, the security agents, to call him to order.
King Akbana, who also called on multinationals and members of the public to disregard the media announcement that the project is in the interest of Fouché, maintained that Asari Dokubo lacks the powers to convene a meeting for Fouché people.
He has no such powers. He is not from Fouché community. Let the River State government, the security agents, watching carefully. If there is anything, it is we, the community, that will sit down and write to the River State government, write to companies, or to come and invest in Fouché community. Outside me, the Amatabo of Fouché community and my council of chiefs, whatever Alhaji Asare Dokubo is doing is null and void.
In other news, the PDP leader, Akboko Umonye, Ward 16 in the local government area, Chima Anaile, is felicitating with the senator representing Rivers East at the National Assembly, Senator Owa Onyeso, on his birthday today. Mr. Anaile, in a statement, described Senator Onyeso as a natural-born leader who inspires and motivates everyone around him. He said the senator has proven time and time again that he is the best in his field. The Akboko Umonye, Ward 16 PDP leader said he feels very privileged to have been a beneficiary of Senator Owa Onyeso's empowerment scheme. He prayed to God to grant the senator wisdom, health, and prosperity in excess.
We bring you news from around the world.
Syria's new rebel-led authorities say 14 interior ministry personnel have been killed and 10 injured in an ambush by forces loyal to ousted President Bashar al-Assad in the west of the country. They say the fighting took place near the Mediterranean port of Tartus on Tuesday. On the news this morning, you heard that Governor Fubara has promised steady power supply in Rivers State. The police have rescued a female teenager who was drugged and abandoned in Rivers State. Port Harcourt residents have celebrated Christmas yesterday amid the economic challenges. On the foreign scene, Syria says 14 security personnel were killed in an ambush by Assad loyalists. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0808-721-7215. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning. Compliments of the season.